Q99.5, Tejano más el bad boy DJ Juan Jose. And we got one of the hardest working men in la música tejana. We got Mr. Lucky Joe. Lucky, what's going on, brother?
What's going on, man? It's awesome to be here with you, brother.
Which part of Texas you are right now?
I'm from the Lower Valley, brother. McAllen area, Edinburgh, Elsa, West Laco, Rio Grande Valley.
Right now, one of the main things that was hitting the headlines was this, the cash app for the bus, ¿verdad?
You know, we've been doing really good, man. Gracias a Dios. We just released a new single que se llama La Tumba Falsa bajo la compañía de Freddie Records. And it's been doing very, very well, man. You know, it was an old hit, Los Tigres del Norte. And we decided to re-record it. We recorded a norteño album before this one that it did very well. So Freddie was like, man, you know, you should go along the same path. So this new album that we're promoting se llama Pa' que no te cuenten bajo la compañía de Freddie Records, where you could find songs como Hasta la Miel Amarga, La Tumba Falsa. It's been doing really, really good, man, and that's what we're mainly focusing on right now as far as, you know, our most recent project. But yeah, to answer your question, we did make a little headline, you know, the crowdfunding that we did, you know, and it basically was by accident, to tell you the truth, man. You know, we reached our goal. And gracias a nuestros fans, gracias a nuestra gente, we were able to give a good hefty down payment on a brand new Sprinter van. So we're really blessed about that.
Bueno, para mí it's like, hey, listen, if your fans want to donate, let them donate. I know that there was a lot of headlines por ahí, a lot of people, you know, saying what they had to say. You know, one of the main things is I've had the pleasure of meeting you 3 times. One when you came down here to Florida and twice in Texas. And every single time that we talked and stuff like that, you always been a cool dude.
Well, thank you, man. I appreciate you. You know, the good always outweighs the bad, man. You know, the love always wins, bro. And yes, we did have a lot of hate. To tell you the truth, very hateful and envious comments, man. You know, and it was crazy because, like I said, this landed on my lap. You know, I was just messing around. I was joking around. For those of you who know me, know that I like to kid, you know, and I like to be a big jokester. And all of a sudden, you know, people started sending in their donations, and they really wanted me to, you know, reach our goal. You know, they really wanted me to reach the goal. And it amazes me, brother, porque it's even people in our own industry that really don't want you to succeed. And I just want to touch base on it just really quick, because I really don't want to give too much light to that, because like I said, you know, good always wins. But yeah, even people in the same industry were hating on it, and it doesn't hurt to ask, man. You know, yo nomás simplemente le pedí la ayuda a nuestro público y nuestro público respondió. You know, I did simple math. You know, I said, I have 40,000 followers. If 25,000 of you send me $1, I could possibly get into this new bus or new van or whatever. And it worked, you know. And for those who were kind of like uneasy about it, but I love you too, man.
I think they were mad because they didn't have the idea. That's what I think. I think they were mad they didn't have the idea. Like, man, we should have thought about that. That's what I think.
Well, you know, whatever the case, compadre, I think that they initially helped me as well, because when people would see the negative, it would really give them more ánimo to donate, you know. So I want to thank those who really hated on me, and I want to thank the naysayers. I want to thank them too, because without them, you guys wouldn't have, you know, we wouldn't have had that fuel to reach our goal. But, you know, like I said, I really don't want to touch too much on the naysayers, because, you know, love won, man. You know, love always wins, and our fans are number one. Like I said, man, la gente te hace o te deshace. People will make you or they will break you, and it's proof. The proof is right there, man. You know, there's still a lot of support in our music, still a lot of support in Tejano music. And for those of you who thought there wasn't, I mean, there's proof right there. Everybody united, got together, and helped us reach our goal. And I'm super appreciative of that. And if in that area, you know, you guys helped me, I thank you from the bottom of my heart.
I support it, but you know, I had to move my savings to my checkings and all that. You know how that goes. Oye,
That's how it is, bro.
One thing that I saw in a live performance que tú hiciste, when you came down here, era con una banda, Tierra Caliente, and also regional Mexican banda. And then, to me, this is what I thought when I saw you play. Empezaste con tus songs, and you're like, you know what? I need to adapt. Y te empezaste a aventar esas norteñas, and you won the crowd over. The crowd was really with you, and you're like, man, mira, se aventa este guy. And I'm like, man, he really adapted. Because I was looking at it, I'm like, man, how's it going to work, Tejano, con esta banda? And you adapted like nothing.
Man, well, thank you so much. It's son los años, man. I have to, give credit for the years that I've been doing this, man. I mean, a lot of people don't understand that, I've been doing this for over 30 years of my life. I started when I was 15 and I'm 45. So I've learned how to read the crowd, throughout the years. I've traveled many, many roads, many miles, many different venues, concerts. I've dealt with different types of promoters, different types of fans, different types of groups, having to share the stage from everybody from Intocable all the way to a local band in a city, a population of 2,000, so I've seen it all, man. I've seen a lot, and, estoy bien correteado, como quien dice. So I've learned throughout the years, man, that you can't stay stubborn when you're on stage and just say, I'm just going to play my music, because you know what? People want to enjoy themselves. So if I see somebody that's not really into it, I'm going to throw them different bait. It's like when you go fishing.
Yeah.
You just don't use live shrimp. You got to use liver. You got to use cut bait. You got to use shrimp to see what hits. And luckily, I've been very fortunate that whenever I do different stages like that, I know how to adapt, and the people really get into it.
¿Cuántos años ya tienes ya en la música?
Like I was saying, man, this is going to be my 10th year or 11th year as a soloist, as a solo artist. But I've been doing this since I was 15, brother. So I'm 45. So I've been doing this for over 30 years of my life. So I got some years under my belt, man.
How many bands have you played with, and why was Frijoles Románticos your favorite?
Well, man, I started off with Alma Pulido, then I moved on to Jennifer Luz Jets, then formed part of Frijoles Románticos for a while. And after that, I decided to go solo. So to be honest, 3 major working professional bands I've been a part of. And, Frijoles Románticos was just so unique, man. And I would have to say, it's been one of my favorite bands that I've ever been with, because, there was so much talent in that band, man. There was so much talent and diversity in styles and genres, and we could do anything from, Mozart to AC/DC, man. And it's literally, we would use, songs from Mozart or Beethoven, and we would use rhythms from different Cuban and salsa bands, and we were just so diverse that it was pretty fun, man. Frijoles Románticos, we had our time, and even now I'll go back and listen to some of the stuff we did, and I'll be like, man, that could work even today, man, So yeah, I've been around three different bands.
I see you redid the song No Me Asustan. That was off the Frijoles Romántico album. Then you redid that one.
Yeah, I decided to redo it because it had been already around 10, 15 years since it had been recorded. And I said, you know what, I think it's time to bring this cumbia back. And I actually talked to the Frijoles Románticos. I talked to everybody, and I asked them if they wanted to record with me, like collaborate. But, times are different, man, and, everybody has different schedules and stuff. So I ended up having to doing it on my own. But it's still, I had their blessings, and it came out pretty good, man.
I liked it, man. I play it on my DJ set all the time, man. When I blend it in, people are like, what? They're like, no me asusta. Yeah, no me asusta. Talking to the haters, and people get down to that song. It's a really good song.
Yeah, man, like I said, I still listen to some of their stuff. I mean, some of our stuff, to tell you the truth, we recorded back in 2001, and I still think that it holds a lot of value to me, and it holds a lot of presence because it's so different that it's fresh. Even now, even if you hear it now, it's so fresh to the ear. It's not your common, typical Tejano song,
Otra cosa, how long have you been with Freddie Records?
Well, it was supposed to be 1 year, 5 option, and I'm going on my 11th year, man.
Wow.
So,
¿Qué te dijeron? Hey, come play a guitar, or come play accordion on this song. And they're like, you know what? We're going to keep you around for a little while longer.
Yeah, basically what had happened was that I had gotten called up by the company. I showed them my demo, and then they were like, all right, well, we like what you're doing. We like where you're going with this. We're going to offer you a 1 year, 5-year option. And if in 1 year you don't produce what we want, or the numbers are not there, we have the option to release you from the company. So I guess they liked what I was doing, man.
Yeah. They kept you around.
They've kept me around. So,
bueno, mira, nosotros estamos acá en San Angelo, Texas. Which one is the city that you can't wait to get to? When you get that call, hey, come play in this city, you're like, oh, I know that city's going to be lit.
You know, for whatever it's worth, brother, one of my favorite cities to go is San Antonio. You know, San Antonio, there's so much to do in San Antonio, man. Don't get me wrong, I love West Texas. The only thing I don't like about that is the drive, bro.
Oh, man, yeah. I was in Eagle Pass. I was in Eagle Pass for a while, and to get to San Antonio, era 2 horas, and we're like, hey, we're going to San Antonio. Like, do we got to go to San Antonio? I mean, is it, the drive, man.
No, the drive to West Texas is the one I'm talking about, because I'm from the Valley, so to drive to West Texas, that's at about a 12-hour drive.
Oh, geez.
So, yeah, it's about a 12-hour drive. I love West Texas, man. I love La Mesa. I love Lubbock, Odessa, San Angelo. I love all those places, man, porque siempre me han recibido muy bonito. The only thing is, man, is the drive, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. Is there a couple more cities on that way there? Because, yeah. How do you guys prepare for a tour? Is it mientras salgan las dates, or do you guys call up ahead and be like, hey, vamos a pegarle aquí, luego acá, and then go down the map? How does that work for a tour?
Well, we're blessed to have such a great management company right now. We're under JT Entertainment. And usually we get calls, you know, people call in the management company and they book us. So, you know, if you guys are looking for any type of show, wedding, quinceañera, you're going to get a divorce party.
Yeah.
También, they call the company. It's a company based out of San Antonio, JTE Entertainment. We're under the same management as Grupo Signo. So for any information regarding Signo or myself, you can contact JTE Entertainment on social media.
Ico Freddy Records, when you guys are going to record, they give you free reign, or they give you like a list of songs like, hey, let's work off of this catalog?
Well, for the most part, you know, I get a lot of artistic freedom from the company. You know, Freddy Records has always been good about that. Every time we go into the studio, he lets us have the artistic freedom, and he really doesn't interfere a lot with the creative process. He likes for us to be creative and let us do our thing, and then he'll come in and he'll be like, okay, well, you know, I like this, you can move this around, what about this? You know, really just waits until the product is semi-finished before he gives his opinion. And I think that's pretty cool, man, because at the end of the day, throughout a creative process, man, you really don't want too many minds involved, because you're trying to, you know, come up with the best that you can do on your own, you know. And then it's all about being able to take constructive criticism. You know, nothing's ever set in stone, man. This is the way I see it. So everything can be changed and altered. But basically, for the most part, Freddy Records is really good about giving us total artistic freedom, man.
You know, one of the things that I've seen that moves music right along is siendo collaborations. Is there somebody who you thought about doing collaborations with but still haven't? Is there something that we can expect maybe down the road?
Well, right now, the new album, Pa Que No Te Cuenten, we just released it a couple of months ago. And if you guys haven't heard it or downloaded it, go and check it out. It's available on all digital platforms. And there's a collaboration in there with my good friend Jesse Turner, and it's called Pa Que No Te Cuenten. It's a ranchera, and it has a really cool message to it. If you guys haven't checked it out, go ahead and check it out. As far as collaborating with other artists, I've had the opportunity to collaborate with Eli La Reina, Jose Zamora, Jesse Turner, and, you know, it's just amazing, man, how music can bring people together, man. And as far as artists as well, you know, one of my great goals that I would love to is record a collaboration with a big-time Tejano artist. Like, I'm talking about like Tejano, like Jay Perez or David Lee Garza, you know. That would be pretty cool, man. That's one of my goals.
Well, one thing that we noticed, like in the top 40s, they do a lot of experimenting with different sounds, different styles of music and stuff like that. For the most part, Tejano has stayed the same. Now, do you think Tejano music needs to evolve a little bit, branch out with different sounds and stuff like that? Or tú piensas que ahí van well and fine, así como va?
You know, man, this is a very important question. It's a very touchy subject, man. But for the most part, I think that Tejano, it doesn't need different sounds. You know, there's a million sounds out there. What I think it needs opportunities, man. It needs more opportunities for our younger generation to pay attention to it, you know. And the only way I think Tejano would get more opportunities is if it was exposed a little bit more to our younger generation. And having our younger generation want to even be a part of starting a Tejano band. I'll use them as an example, because, you know, why not? Let's take Grupo Frontera, for example.
Yeah.
You know, the younger generation is listening to them. The younger Mexican American generation is listening to Frontera. And you have a 15-year-old, 13-year-old, 12-year-old, 16-year-old that wants to start a band like Frontera.
And Frontera is típico norteño. It's typical. It's like you're saying, it doesn't need new sounds. They're using the same sounds, típico norteño.
Exactly. So if there was a 15-year-old, 16-year-old, 14-year-old that heard Little Joe or La Mafia or David Lee and want to start a band like that, that's what I'm talking about. We need to expose our music to our younger generation. We need to show them, where all of this came from, man, to give Tejano an opportunity to evolve. Right now, Tejano does not have an opportunity to evolve, man, and we're the ones who need to give it that opportunity. We're the ones who need to unite as a whole, as artists, as parents, and show our children, our younger generation, nuestra música. Ahorita todo lo que saben nuestros hijos es la música que sale en TikTok, la música que sale ahorita, Frontera, Fuerza Regia. You look at all these fans that are coming up, and our children are listening to them through this social media platform. But where is the David Lees? Where is the Little Joes? Where is the Mafias? Where is the we don't even have some of these Tejano artists with social media platforms.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we need to get up to date, man. Everybody needs to get with the times. And yes, to answer your question, I think we do need to evolve, but not evolve with sound, evolve with marketing, evolve with social media platforms, evolve with what's trending right now, to be able to give the music an opportunity to be heard.
One thing that I also see, you do a lot of TikToks, you do a lot of videos that are super hilarious, man. And I was thinking, how come Freddie Records hasn't done like a reality show or something like that? They need to, man, with all you guys and all the videos that I've seen you with Signo and Solido and other bands. I go, why isn't there a Freddie Records reality show?
Man, I don't know, man. But, I think that, TikTok is an awesome platform. Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, all of these are free platforms that we can use to promote our music and get out there a little more. But we're just not using them to its fullest potential. And a lot of Tejano artists aren't using them to their fullest potential, and again, I'll go back to saying what I said, we need to give the music the opportunity to get out there a little more, man. But, the artists, we're getting old, bro, ya somos poquitos los tejanos que todavía andamos sacrificando, and we're still trying to make it out there. We're still trying to present our music in different cities and stuff like that. So, man, we're a dying breed, bro. We're a dying breed.
No, y luego tú dices lo de TikTok, y luego según que lo quieren quitar, they want to take out TikTok, and I'm like, man, I'm just reaching 6,000 subscribers. You're gonna take it away now? You know how long it took me to get that? I just got 6 G's, man. I'll take it off now. I'm barely starting to hit up. Listen, man, we're here for a lot of cheese, man. I'm gonna be honest. Controversy creates cash. That's what I say all the time. So I gotta ask you, we don't need to give out no names, but which bands, or has there been a band or something that before you went on or something or afterwards that try to sabotage you? I know that in some bands, because I've seen it done. I'm a DJ and it's happened to me, where you go on to perform, te bajan el sonido, or they'll take away the bass, or, they make you sound funky. You know what? Our mics ain't working too good, but when they go on, it's super good. Has that happened to you?
Well, man, I'll go back to the fact that we need to unite. We need, as a unity, as a genre, as a race, man, and help each other out. And that has happened to me before, but I try not to pay too much attention to it, man. I try not to give it too much light. Again, to me, man, negative things to me they really don't help me, man. They really don't put food on my table, man. It's sad, bro, that sometimes that does happen. But at the same time, it's also a learning experience, because now you know who to stay away from. Now you know who not to work with. Now you know how they run their show and how they run their business. But yeah, man, it's happened to me. But at the end of the day, you gotta roll with the punches. This is not an easy thing to do. This is a cutthroat business like any other. And you have to roll with the punches. Again, I've been doing this for over 30 years of my life, so I've grown to know how to adapt to those type of situations.
Without telling me the band, tell me what happened. Tell me the last one or one that you can remember. Don't tell me the name. Well, we don't have to go there, but you know.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't even have to be a band, man. It could be just the sound in general, you know, or just that. There's a lot of things that tie into having something go wrong, man. And you cannot blame just one particular thing, man, because if you don't have your own sound engineer, you're going to run into trouble. So if you don't have your own light guy, you're going to run into trouble. If the sound company doesn't like you or your music, you're going to run into trouble. If the artist has their own stuff and they don't want to lend it to you, you're going to run into trouble. So there's a lot of factors that go into having an off night, man. Sometimes it's not even done intentional. You know, sometimes it's just the fact that, you know, either you weren't prepared or they weren't prepared or they don't want to just help you. You know, recently, I think I've had, you know, certain situations where, you know, the monitors aren't working or the lights don't want to turn on. But then, you know, that there's a lot of factors that go into play, man. So, yeah, man, but for the most part, you got to know how to roll with the punches, bro. You have to, man. And just say, you know what, we got to make this work for the people. At the end of the day, it's not about you, man. I know the sound and lights make you look good and sound good, but one time I had the whole system turn off because there was a storm and everything turned off. And you know what I did? I sat in front of that stage and I grabbed my guitar and my accordion and we sang unplugged acoustically in front of the crowd, you know, off the stage. So you have to learn how to adapt and ultimately think about the fact that it's for nuestra raza, man. No es para ti. You know, you just go and perform and do your thing, and ultimately at the end of the day, it's for your people, man.
Yeah.
You know?
And the reason I asked that question, a video just surfaced of Larry Hernandez, the norteño singer, was, I guess he was having microphone problems, man. And he started cussing out the engineer in front of everybody, man, just wailing on him, man.
Did you see the response, though? Did you see the response that Larry had? He posted a response video. You see, a lot of times people don't know the full story, man, and they'll run with whatever they think. It's like me. It's like when I did the crowdfunding for my Sprinter, you know, all the hate and backlash that I got without even knowing that it wasn't really my idea. You know, it was just something that just happened. You know, Larry came out saying, you know, hey man, this is the way I am with my guys. This is the way we joke around. I take them to eat. I take them to everywhere with me. I give them Christmas bonuses. I do. He explained himself, which he really didn't have. You know what I mean? So I think personally, there's always three sides to a story, bro.
Yeah, and if people pay attention to that main video, you can see him shoulder bumping, like saying, you know how we are, and he like smiles. You can see him shoulder bumping him. Yeah,
yeah, he's messing around with him, and he's shoulder bumping him and throwing him the finger and stuff. But did you see how the guy never lost?
Never did.
Any other, I think any other engineer would have lost it, man. You know,
yeah, you're right.
That was happening. You know, this guy didn't lose it. He was smiling. He was like, "Hey, what do you mean? What do you want?" You know, and he went along with him. But no, you know what, brother? At the end of the day, man, you got to take everything with a grain of salt, bro. Porque we're here for nuestra raza. Estamos aquí para nuestra gente, and that's all that matters, man. That's all that should matter. You know.
You know, they also say that any press, whether bad or good, is still good press. So I got to ask you, what do you think about that Amy Quintanilla deal?
You know, we all have our good days and our bad days, man. Nobody knows if you're sick that day. Nobody knows if you got in a fight with your woman before you left the house. Nobody knows any of that. We can't be so quick to judge, man. There's only one judge in this world, and it's our Lord and Savior, bro. So I think that maybe he could have approached it a different way, but at the end of the day, again, I don't know what he was going through. We don't know what's going through his head, and maybe he felt he had to express himself in that manner. But we all have our good days and our bad days, bro. I'm not saying it's right what he did, and I'm not making excuses for him. I'm all about the fans, man, and treating the fans with respect. And I'm a fan of the fans, you know. You know, nunca sabes lo que estamos pasando en nuestras vidas y no podemos juzgar.
I think he was thinking what a lot of us think. There's sometimes that I'm DJing and then I'm playing some jams, man. I'm playing No Me Asustan and I'm playing the jams that I think that are good. And all of a sudden I look at him, man, is this a funeral? Like, people, why ain't you dancing? There's some good stuff I'm playing right now.
You know, again, I go back to saying, man, we don't know what we're going through, man. Nobody knows what we're going through individually, man. And, you know, those people had been there all day as well.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they've been there waiting in the hot sun and going through their own issues. And I mean,
they all had issues that day.
It's a festival, man. You're out there. It's hot. You've been out there all day. No, I mean, I don't know, brother. At the end of the day, you know, you just gotta always understand this, man. Nobody knows what you're going through, brother. And
exactly.
As an artist, they don't need to know. They really don't.
They just want to go there and party, and they don't care about anything else. We want to see the dancing bear dance. Dance, bear, dance. Otra cosa I want to ask you, man, how's married life treating you?
It's great, man. It's great. I'm super happy. You know, I'm married to my best friend. You know, we get to do so much together because we understand each other. We're both in the music industry, and she knows what everything's about. She knows how, you know, la onda rolls. I'm blessed, bro. I'm very, very blessed. We're going on 9 months now. We got married back in September. I'm super happy, man. Super happy.
It was a very quaint wedding. Why did you decide to have it so secretive?
To tell you the truth, man, it was something we both decided because at the end of the day, man, it's all about the person that you're with, the person you want to be with for the rest of your life, and what you guys are feeling at that very moment. You know, her mom was there. It was all planned out. We just wanted to go and get away, not have any doubt, not have any no, but you know, you got to do this. You can know, you can this, you can know, and you know what I mean? We don't want anybody to, you know, question what we're going to do and instill any doubt in their mind. So we just said, you know what? The heck with it. Let's go. Let's do it.
All right, man. We're going to do our 5-hit questions. So these are 5 questions you can answer anyway. Vamos a ver cómo te sale. All right, you ready?
Okay.
If you can live in any period of time in history, what time would it be?
Oh, man, I'd have to say in the 70s, bro.
The 70s?
In the 70s, yeah. But I want to be like 21, like in 1975. I would love to live in the 70s, bro. That was a cool era, man.
Yeah. It looked more better. It looked more free, no?
Yeah. Puro disco.
My second question is going to be, what is one of your biggest fears? I can tell you mine real quick, man. I'm afraid of spiders. Small, big, don't matter. I'm afraid of spiders, man. I see one. My girl's like, hey, you called the wrong person to kill that spider.
You know, I would have to say one of my biggest fears is not being there for my children, man. I love my kids, man. I love my daughter. I love my son. Not being able to be there for them, take care of them, or be with them, you know, whenever I want. I think that would have to be one of my biggest fears.
My next question is going to be, what is one of the biggest life lessons you learned in life so far?
Life's too short. I've recently lost my dad December 2nd. I lost my mom when I was 15. So I think one of the biggest lessons I learned so far is that life is way too short, man. If you want to go on that vacation, go. If you want to buy that car, buy it. If you want to go and eat that pizza, eat it.
Yeah.
Do what you want to do, man, and fulfill your life to the fullest, man, because it's too short, brother. Life is way too short, man.
I always tell myself I'm never going to live with what if. I'm just going to do it. I'm never going to be, what if I would have done that? No, I do it. And that's helped my career a lot.
And that's a great way to live, brother. Let me tell you, that is a great way to live. It's a perfect example of doing what you want and living your life to the fullest, man, porque estos tiempos están prestados, brother. We're living on borrowed time.
My next question is, what would you say to your younger self? If you saw yourself in the time machine, you went back and saw yourself, and you could tell yourself one thing, what would that be?
Don't take the blue pill.
Yeah. Take the red pill. Take the red one.
Yeah. Take the red one, man. Don't take the blue one. No, you know what? I would warn myself, man. I would warn myself that life is not always sunshine and rainbows, man. You know, when we're growing up as kids, we have no responsibilities. We have no ties down. We're just living life. And as a kid, you don't think of the future. You don't think of what's to come, man. And if I had to give a message to my younger self, it would be that: prepare yourself. Prepare yourself to work hard. Prepare yourself to feel a lot of emotion. Prepare yourself. Get ready. You know, because again, life is too short.
Now, my number 5 question. This is a really good question. If you couldn't be a musician was out of the question, you never even thought of it, What would be your dream job?
I love to cook, man. I love to cook, and if I could not be a musician, I would have to say that I would want to open up like a little small restaurant, a little Mexican restaurant. Maybe seats, maybe 20 people at the most, and just be able to entertain people through food. Food to me is so special because you can travel the world with food and without having to leave your house. If you want to go to Italy, you can make a badass Italian dinner, or if you want to go to France, you could make some French cuisine. If you want to go to Mexico, make some carne guisada. So I would have to say, having a restaurant, that would be great if I wasn't a musician.
It'll be Lucky Joe's Diner, eh?
Like Lucky Joe's Kitchen.
Yeah, Lucky Joe's Kitchen. And the name Lucky Joe, why did your parents name you Lucky Joe?
There's a story behind it. When I was born, I was a stillborn baby, and I was born dead, and the doctors revived me. The doctor told my dad, he's lucky to be alive. So they decided to name me Lucky Joe.
That is an amazing story, man. Lucky Joe, pero tienes mucha suerte because you're still in the music industry cuando muchos have already, pretty much disappeared. You're still in it.
Yeah, man, it's been 30 years, and man, it's crazy when you say it. It's been 30 years, and I'm just so blessed. Nuestra gente nos sigue apoyando y nos sigue dando ese cariño que uno como músico se necesita. We need that love. We need that support. We need for our fans to stream our music, to go download our music, because now, we don't even have cars that come with CD players anymore. So it's kind of like, it's crucial. We're living in some crucial times where we really need to go out and support our music through digital download.
I know, it is amazing, Kay. I mean, there was always some sort of way that you can play music in your car. You had 8-tracks, you went to CDs, you had cassette CDs and records and all this stuff, and now there's none of that. There's only streaming, and that had to give a big hit to all the record companies.
Oh man, it sure did, and even us, because we're not able to sell our CDs at our live shows, and we're not able to make mechanical royalties off the sales. Even as writers, we depend a lot on selling our music through physical form. It's unfortunate now that, for a monthly subscription, you can listen to whatever you want. It's kind of sad how times have changed in that aspect,
Yeah, a lot of people, you would go and sell your CDs, all your merchandise, and hey, get a couple of CDs. Now it's like a USB, and like, it only got 5 songs, man. I want more. I want like 100. I want all your albums on this USB.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Pero sabes que? That's why now we urge people to go and download our music and stream it. It's very important.
How important is stage presence when you're performing on stage? How important is stage presence?
It goes, I'd have to say it's 95% of you do, how you play your instrument and how you sing. And if you're good, more power to you, man. But I would have to say it's 90% of what you're supposed to be able to do, man. Stage presence is key. If you're up there and you don't look like you're having a good time, man, well, people are going to feed off of that. So stage presence is very, very important. I'd have to say it's 50-50, man. You have to know what you're doing, and you have to have good stage presence. People are going to be like, well, do you want to be here or not?
Yeah. Like, I don't think he even wanted to play today. Ya está, Lucky, man. I appreciate the interview, man. I appreciate you taking the time, man. If you can describe yourself in one way, what would that be, Lucky?
Blessed, man. I'm super blessed. I'm blessed in every which way, every shape and form that I can even possibly imagine, man. Ahorita, I'm living my best life. I have it on cruise control, and I'm just, I'm super happy with everything that's been going on. I'm married, my kids, my record label, my new vehicle, the fans have blessed me with, and I'm just super blessed, man. Thank you so much for having me on your show. I hope it's not the last time. For all my stuff, follow me on Instagram, Lucky Joe Official, or TikTok, Lucky Joe Oficial, también Facebook, Lucky Joe Music. If you guys ever do want to buy the physical copy of my new album, Pa' Que No Te Cuenten, go on to FreddieRecordsOnlineStore.com. And you can find all the physical copies, not only of me, but Eddie La Reina, Michael Salgado, Grupo Signo. They have everything you need there at FreddieRecordsOnlineStore.com.
Ya está, Lucky. I appreciate you taking the time, man, talking to me. Thank you, brother.
No, gracias, Carnalito. God bless you, and God bless everyone, man. Thank you all.
¿Qué onda, raza? This is Lucky Joe, and you're listening to Q99.5 Tejano y Más. Súbele.